English.
Hindi.
Marathi.
Hindi.
Three words. Hero है. धोनी. रोहित. सहवाग. कोहली. विराट. अनुष्का. विराट किधर?
Hey folks, CA Rachana Ranade here and I welcome you all to a very interesting video which is about my top pick for Diwali. Well, this is a stock which is not going to get benefited only because of Diwali, but it is also going to get benefited with the wedding season which is also very much around the corner. Have you guessed the stock till now? No? I did so much acting in the pre-bumper of the video. I told about the hero, heroine, everything. Achha, chalo, theek hai, I'll give you one more hint. Naye rishte, naye wade. And the answer is Manyavar Mohey. But I said 3. Manyavar Mohey is the brand. Name of the company is Vedant Fashions Ltd. Okay, so now that you have understood the name of the company, just some additional points about the company. It is an Indian celebration wear related company. It's a fashion related company and it has 603 EBOs in India. Now what is EBO? It's an exclusive brand outlet. In simple words, in that shop, no other clothes of any other brand will be displayed. It will be only containing Manyavar Mohey or basically Vedant Fashions Ltd related brands, right? Plus, they also have 13 EBOs outside India. The company's brand Manyavar is a leader, is a category leader in the branded Indian wedding segment and in the celebration wear segment with a pan-India presence. But the question is, how did Manyavar dominate this segment? One of the key ways through which they dominated this segment was through their unique advertisements. Now, all these advertisements were targeted to have a deeper connect with the viewer. If you have seen their TVCs, they have some amazing taglines like Shadi Hogi Grand, something like Diwali Wali feeling, Shadi ka kharcha Adha Adha, and Dulhan Wali feeling. So all these different advertisement campaigns had a different emotional connect with the viewer, and this was a separate value proposition that they kept in front of the viewer, and they were able to have a separate space in the minds and hearts of their customers. Now if you have a look at this chart, you will understand that along with Manyavar, Vedant Fashions has 4 more brands, namely Twameva, Manthan, Mohey and Mebaz. Now, why are we studying these brands? Because you have to understand that just by having some flashy advertisements, you can't capture the market. The target group that you are targeting has to be diverse and the product portfolio also has to be diverse. So, if you have a look at this chart, you can see that Manyavar targets men and boys, Twameva targets men, Manthan again men, Mohey targets women, whereas Mebaz targets men, women and kids. Now, if you have a look at the price spectrum also, you can see that Manyavar and Mohey both are into the mid-premium category. Twameva is into the premium category. And if you see, Manthan is into the value category, whereas Mebaz serves mid-premium to premium category. Now, if we come to the product portfolio, you can see that they have a very diverse product portfolio. Right from kurtas to sherwanis to lehengas, gowns, saris, a lot of products are there in their stores. But one point is very important. You will never find Manthan outfits in either Manyavar or Mohey EBOs. Reason is very simple. Manthan is into the value price segment, whereas Manyavar and Mohey are into the mid-premium segment. Basically, they don't want the customers to spend less if they have the capacity to spend more. So, logically, please understand, you will find Twameva outfits in either Manyavar or Mohey EBOs. Reason is again simple. They would want customers to upscale and spend more. Well, moving ahead with the key attributes, Manyavar is a category leader in the branded Indian wedding and celebration wear market with a pan-India presence. Other brands in this category are only 1/7 the size of Manyavar. With this, you can easily visualize the leadership position of Manyavar. They also don't have any season sales or discounts for Manyavar brand. If I go ahead with Twameva brand, they are into cross-selling premium offerings to the Manyavar customers. For Manthan, they are mainly targeting the mid-market weddings and other celebrations. Mohey is the largest brand by number of stores with pan-India presence, and they also benefit with Manyavar's leadership position. Going ahead with the final one, that is Mebaz, they have major presence in South India and a strong presence in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. They mainly portray themselves as a one-stop shop for ethnic celebration need for the entire family. Well, now that you have understood the various brands of Vedant Fashion Limited, now let's move ahead with the business model of this company. Just so that I can explain the business model which they mainly operate as a franchise model, I'll give you a simple example so that the example and the concept is fit into your mind. Assume that Mr. Chandu has started his own clothing shop mainly into the traditional wear segment. And now that he has started his shop, you can see that there are so many people who are eager to buy for the wedding and the festive season. Can't you see anyone? I don't know, he has established a new shop. People will not be really keen to shop from a shop whose name itself is not very much famous, right? But then he is really into two minds as to what is to be done. Should he change his business strategy? And that is the reason why after a few months, he takes a decision that let me try and take the franchisee of Vedant Fashions Limited, and that is nothing but Manyavar. Now that he has a backing of this name, and now that this company has made a lot of advertisements that we are opening a new shop in Lakshmi Road in Pune, and that is the reason why now you can see that there are some people who are coming to his shop. They are wanting to shop for maybe Diwali or for the festive season. I hope you have understood how things can change if you are using some brand which is already having a pan-India presence. Now let us understand how is it beneficial for the shopkeeper as well as the company. As far as the shopkeeper is concerned, can I say he got a ready-made brand? Answer is obviously yes. Can I say he already got to know how the store is to be managed? Yes. He got a support about the inventory from the company. He also got a staff training from the company. So all in all, whatever support is needed to start a new shop is given by Vedant Fashions Limited. But then what is the main advantage for Vedant Fashions Limited? Were they required to spend to purchase a new shop? No. Were they required to spend on the furniture of the shop? No. That was taken care by the shopkeeper. For Vedant Fashions Limited, it's very simple. They are going to have an asset-light model. So like I told you, they are mainly going to support this customer to start his new shop, and they are not going to do any heavy capex. All in all, I can say it is going to be a win-win situation both for the company as well as the shopkeeper. This can also be seen by the fact that whatever number of franchisees Vedant has, out of that 77% of the franchisees are continuing with the company for more than 3 years. Now let's move ahead with the future outlook for this industry, and if you have a look at this table which has been taken from the annual report of the company, you can see that they have divided this entire retail market into 3 major categories. The first one being apparel, the second one being ethnic wear, and the last one being Indian wedding and celebration wear. What all other data points can you see in this entire table is that you can see the market size of each and every category. You can also see the market size as on 2015, 2020 and expected, that is projected for 2025. You can also see the CAGR in every segment for 2015 to 20 and the expected CAGR in the years 2020 to 2025. If you want, you can pause this table and you can have a read at each and every figure. But what are we going to focus on is what is the expected CAGR in each and every category. Not only the market size but also the branded penetration. Why? Because this company is into the branded category, and that is why we need to understand how much is the expected CAGR in this category. So if you have a look at this, market size is expected to grow for the apparel category from 7.5 to 8% CAGR, whereas branded penetration can grow at 12 to 13% CAGR. If you have a look at the ethnic wear, this is expected to grow at 5.5 to 6% CAGR, whereas the branded category can grow at 12 to 14% CAGR. For Indian wedding and celebration wear category, the market size is expected to grow again at a 5.5 to 6% CAGR, whereas the branded category is expected to grow at 18 to 20% CAGR. All in all, I hope you have understood that the branded category is expected to outperform the overall CAGR in the respective category. Now let's try and analyze the financial parameters for Vedant Fashion Limited. If I were to tell you some key points, something like debt to equity ratio, they have a very nice debt to equity ratio at just 0.24. Current ratio is also good at 1.85. Now if you have a look at the return related ratios, ROCE and ROE both are very good at 32.8% and 27.8%. If you remember, I had already told you that because the company has an asset light model, that is one of the key reasons why their ROCE is really good. Now, if we were to move ahead with gross profit margins and net profit margins, you can see that they have a very good gross profit margin percentage, somewhere in the range of 69, 70 and above, whereas the net profit margin percentage is also around 35%. Just having a look at this visually, you can see that December 2020 and December 2021 quarter, the profitability figures have been the highest, and that is the entire reason why we are betting for December 2022 and we are taking this as a stock pick for December as well as the festive seasons and wedding seasons to follow. Moving ahead with the PE of this company, as I shoot the video, it is at 96.69. Does it seem to be steep? Answer is yes. But if I were to compare it with the peers, you can see Avenue Supermart is at 143, Trent is at 170. So all in all, I can say that still as compared to the peers, it's not that sky high. Moving ahead with the P&L, you can see that currently their sales is at highest at 1,206 crores. I'm talking about the TTM figures. You can also see that operating profit is highest at 590 crores. Even their operating profit margin is highest at 49%. Their PBT and PAT, profit after tax, both are at highest all-time high, and PAT is at 371 crores. If you see, there has been a hit that has been taken by the company during Corona period, almost 50% drop in sales and profit, but still I can say because of the asset light model, they were still able to remain in profits. If I were to move on to the cash flows of the company, again cash flows, you can see there has been a steady growth in the operating cash flows, and the latest figures 31st March 2022 operating cash flow is at the highest at 351 crore rupees. Now let's compare the performance of this company with its peers. But which peers? Unlisted peers. Now where have I taken this data from? I've taken it from the RHP of the company, and that is the reason why this data is of financial year 2020. Right? So first let's check out the OPBDIT margin, that is nothing but operating profit before depreciation, interest and tax. The margin for Vedant Fashions Ltd stands at 43%, which is way too higher as compared to the other unlisted players in this space. If I have a look at the net profit margin, you can see that their net profit margin stands at 26%, again way too higher as compared to its other unlisted peers. And even if you check out the ROCE data, that is at 41%, again higher as compared to other unlisted peers. Like Vedant has raised their performance as compared to their peers, can you raise the performance? Not of the company, of this video, by just smashing the like button and sharing this video with all of your friends. Now if you have a look at the price action analysis for this specific company, you can see that it is taking a nice support. I've already drawn a trend line, you can very clearly see this. It took a support not once, not twice, but third time it has taken a support here, and it is ready for a bounce again. You can see all in all this is in an up move right now because it is forming higher highs as well as higher lows. How does the pivot look like? You can see here that the pivot right now is placed at 1375. The stock is very well trading above that. There is a resistance which we can see at R1 around 1500 rupees. MACD is also about to cross over. RSI has also just gone above 60. Of course, all these are the technical indicators as I shoot the video. How about the 50 days moving average? You can also see that the stock is trading way above its 50 days moving average. All in all, technically as well, this stock looks to be strong right now. Well, I hope you enjoyed the detailed analysis of Vedant Fashions Ltd, and if you have, again I am reminding you, don't forget to share this video with your friends, don't forget to smash the like button, and if you want to know more about my topic for the festive season, you can click here, and if you want to know more about stock for the decade, you can click here. Till then, take care, Jai Hind and bye-bye.